morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this finds you. I think everything's working. I got video, I got audio. Depends on last week. Had some glitches going on. I don't even know what was. Not sure what caused it all, but good to see everybody on this post-American Thanksgiving. Ryan West, good to see you. Good morning. First one to arrive quite early. Shanbot. Hoos, good to see you. Victor. Dren, good to see you. Nelson, morning. Wayne, happy belated birthday. Wayne's birthday was yesterday, everybody. Just in case you're not on the Discord or overlooked it. Aaron, Demon Grinder. Blake, good to see you. Man, I'm having, look, I'm telling you, it is a good hair day. Let me tell you, Blake, thanks for noticing. Appreciate it. Not that I was noticing, but, some of these come far and few between. So, thanks for joining. For those new to the stream, I'm Sean. I used to be a podcast host and producer of Gaming and BS RPG podcast, which is out there. You can find it if you Google it. It's out on Spotify somewhere. And then I stream every Saturday, 8 a.m. Central Time, right here on the YouTubes. So glad you could join us. It's always probably better if you join live, but you don't have to. So for those of you that see this post live, thanks for joining. Or thanks for checking it out. Obviously, a lot of this stream is not evergreen, right? I do a lot of mentioning of RPG stuff that's in the moment, so which creates its own challenges, but for long-term use, if you will. Yeah. And of course, man, my chat is like, brr. Well, thanks, Wayne. Not that I noticed or anything, but whoops. Larry, good to see you. Gabe, yo. Good to see you. Thanks for letting me know you're here. Orcus Dorcas. Are you on time? You are on California time. Like, I mean that like literally and like showing up on time or late or early. There's California. I don't know. I got nothing. Laramie, good to see ya. Is it cold outside? Baby, it's cold outside. Brandon, good to see you. Thanks for supporting the show. Demon Grinder also, thanks for supporting on here on YouTube. Appreciate it. Those of you support me otherwise or other places as well. Thanks. First Frost in the ATA in ATH. That should be the ATL, right? Wayne's in the Georgia. Frost, wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Weather's crazy. William, good to see ya. Zwiefer, good to see you, Todd. Thanks for joining. Oh, Athens. Okay. Not Atlanta proper. I don't know why I keep thinking Wayne's in Atlanta. He's always corrected me on that. When people are anywhere, like when I talk to people for my full-time job and they come from a suburb or rural area of the state, they're always mentioning how they're from the closest, biggest city. Like nobody in Wisconsin's from anywhere but Madison or Milwaukee or maybe Green Bay. That's not fair. I always say I'm from La Crosse. Hey, represent La Crosse. Okay, fair. But still, many people, I'm from Austin, Texas. Oh, you are? You lived in Austin? Yeah. So your address is the city of Austin. Well, I mean Round Rock. Oh, well. Close enough, I guess. Orcus Dorcas quote Gandalf something something never wizard never laid something something. Right. Good quote. I love that quote. Phil McClure, good to see you. Yeah, right? I know. Doesn't stay. This is like the best time, right? Like if I get to get into my. I turn on this thing for RPGs, and all this guy's talking about his hair. God, what is this? What am I even doing here? But it's at its best length right now. Like if you get a haircut, it's too short. In about 3 more days, it'll be way too long, and it just won't sit right. So I just want to share, those insight beauty secrets. Zveefer, yeah, there's something to be said about, having it very, very there to nothing, like low maintenance, for sure. I have had hair that has been very, very, very short. Super mighty fines, we call them. We share the hair. Good morning, Harrigan. Good to see you. Cheers. Come for shots. Singing, stay for the hair. Oh, God. Well, I got to enjoy it while it lasts. I know I have my dad's probably hairline, so I know what that's going to look like in like 10 years. So, anyways, I suppose we should get to some role-play and game stuff. What should we talk about? What should we talk about? The question du jour? All right, so there's tons of questions, right, we could ask. But, I always like this time of year, I think it's probably a go-to. I think I even did this last year before. Who knows? All right, so in the U.S., it's Black Friday weekend. Black Friday was yesterday as of this recording, Saturday, November 30th. Regardless, you get other people can benefit from around the world. Taking advantage of steep discounts on role-playing swag and stuff, if you will, or even things that are on the cusp of the RPG space, right? So I have the question is, did you or are you going to take advantage of a sale, a discount, a bundle that's out there that you might have had your eye on for? Because I'm the guy who's like, I should get that, ponder it for like 6 months, and then as soon as it's like 1% off, then I grab it, right? Like I gotta get the deal, not necessarily, but you know what I'm talking about. So have you or are you going to take advantage of one of the sales that we're going to be that's going to be offered? Just curious, just because it's like 100% off, now I will buy it. There's a lot to choose from. Oh, Larry says nothing. I avoided the crowds and visited with friends instead. Well, you could go online. You don't have to go anywhere, Larry. Half this stuff for RPGs, you don't have to go anywhere nowadays. So, but much respect if you have the discipline. See, now, Larry, I would have said, I'm sorry, but I am adhering to my self-discipline and not buying anything. I had a pile of stuff from Goodman Games and Mutant Epoch digital stuff from Drive-Thru. There you go. Larry House, the Free League Humble Bundle is tempting though. If you like Free League, if you're good with PDFs, I have that as a bundle for today. But if you but I think it's like literally besides one or two, like I don't think Electric State is included. I don't think Walking Dead is included, probably because of like IP or how long it's specifically. Electric State hasn't been out that long. But in that bundle, if you want a core book in PDF and you have no desire to get any of the print stuff, that bundle's a no-brainer. That's all I have to say about that. Blake says, yeah, I got Humble Bundle for Free League. I think you folks have heard of them. Yeah. Maybe once. I still don't have my Free League t-shirt. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Like, am I even a Free League person anymore? Do you guys even know me without a Free League t-shirt? I mean, you'd think as much as I talk about those folks that I'd have Free League underoos or something. Who says OSR? OSR I'm guessing who's Outcast Silver Raiders, Simbaroom Core, and Dune. Dune is half off at Modifius, I noticed. I had my eye on that. It's like $23 or something. I'm like, would I play Dune? Would I play any of the games that I buy that are new? I don't know. Houses of the Landsrad. Yes, okay, all right, Brandon. I looked at Steam and have stuff sitting in my cart, but I really need to look at what deals there are in the RPG space. Indeed. Phil says I was looking at the Free League sale. Pick up Alien, Building Better Worlds, 30% off, plus I have a store credit. Here's the thing with Free League sale, which was kind of bumming me out because, I don't know. I have most of it. So it's like, but Coriolis, though. So I looked at the newsletter. I haven't been over their site since the Black Friday thing started. But when I first read it, it was going to be just core book, right, for each of their games. And I think Walking Dead was excluded as well as Electric State. And I'm like, that's the one I kind of want is Electric State is like the hardback of that, see what it's about. I don't think that's included. Bummer. So, yeah, there you go. And then everything else, like I didn't know Building Better Worlds was part of the discounts on Black Friday on their site for a hardback book. That's good. Have it, but nonetheless, still good. So for me, it would be getting some of the supplements that they have over there. And I think Coriolis, all their supplements for Coriolis is, I think I'm missing one maybe. But other than that, I think I have most of their Mutineer Zero is kind of like, I don't have a lot of Mutineer Zero, nor do I really want to grab any of that stuff, honestly. I've got Elysium, but Orchestor's got some Arc Dream books and some Modifius Dune books. Arc Dream Publishing, since it's been brought up, again, another fan. They're the ones that put out Delta Green. If you are even closely, like, Sean's talked about this Delta Green over and over, but I don't think it's my jam. If you are like even that much interested, you could get the slipcase for the Agent's Handbook and the Handler's Guide half off slipcase. It goes for like, I think $99, and typically it's like for $50. That is a no-brainer. Like even that is like you won't find, and you get the PDF with it. I'm pretty sure Arc Dream gives a PDF with the hardback, so it is like a good deal. For sure. And there's some hard copies. I may go crazy on Arc Dream because there's a lot of hard copies of stuff I don't have from Arc Dream. The only problem I have with the Arc Dream is if I get all those single like scenarios, they typically will put them in a hardback later. So I don't want to, I'm like torn on that, waiting or not. I don't know. The struggle is real. What kind of crap am I going to buy? Morning, Eileen. Good to see ya. Harrigan says, I might not buy anything or might limit purchases to drive-through RPG. And like Larry, never participate in in-person Black Friday shopping. Hey, I can't remember the last time I ever went purposely out on Black Friday or even Saturday for that matter to shop. Like it's been years. And the only reason I would have ever done it was because I'm behind the 8 ball for, I don't know, buying a gift or something. But man, I did 1 year, like 15 years ago, maybe standing in line for like some weird, $100 laptop or something that would typically go for $600. It is madness out there. It is crazy. And if you could stay away and you have the ability to do that, silly monkeys out there going to Black Friday sales in person. That's nuts. Victor says I couldn't pass up Goodman Games' deal on OAR Dark Tower. Yeah, Goodman Games, good stuff. I think they just redid their site. I put this up on Discord. I'm like, because you don't. Some of the platforms, like even Arc Dream, you can't see the discount until you put it into your cart. And I just wish it was more like, if you go to Free League, it'll say original and has it striked out. Conjugating verbs again. Good times. Sean and English. Welcome to Sean's English lesson. But you could see the sale price. So you're like, oh, that is a good deal. But I think some of these are probably using Shopify as their e-commerce site. And apparently, either they're not incorporating that or it's not a feature of the platform that they're using. I don't know. We are definitely a Free League positive group here, for sure. It's been a while since I played a Free League game. I'm going to make sure in case somebody's run one and I'm like, wait. Did anybody buy some stuff? I know Nubis got some stuff from Exalted Funeral. Larry says, Book of Lost Tables, PDF and hardcover, How to Make a Fantasy Sandbox, PDF and hardcover, and Cults of Prax, PDF, and Cults of Terror, PDF. That's a haul. Who says, yeah, Outcast, hella sale. Yeah. So the OSR reference he made above was Outcast Silver Raiders, which is like $40 for 3 in a slipcover. I mean, when they kickstarted it, and Exalted Funeral was going to be like the distributor printer of it eventually, like after post Kickstarter. Like, I don't even think we were talking about this on the Discord where it was like, I think Mirko Digital Hobbit knows the author because I think they work at the same place. And he did it as a passion project. He wasn't looking to make millions of dollars off the thing. But there's also a difference between like breaking even, losing money, and making a few bucks. And, Exalted Funeral, the folks over there were like, what are you selling this thing at? It should be like $110, $120. So it is a bit of a streamlined version of the Kickstarter piece. Like, they're like, we're not going to be able to provide, if somebody buys this, we can't give them what you've offered them on Kickstarter and have people be profitable. But it's a slipcase. Who's probably saw mine at Gamehole Con. Still a good deal. But it usually, I think, goes for like $80. Laramie, 7 Years of Fantasy Weather. Do you still going with this? 7 Years of Fantasy Weather, Volume 1, Medieval England PDF, The Almanac of Fantasy Weather, Volume 1, Swords and Wizardry PDF, Realms of Crawling Chaos, Labyrinth Lord, hey-oh, Labyrinth Lord, look out, and softcover. Wow. Oh, and he continues. This guy, he's Laramie, just Black Friday, dude. I don't need your whole collection, starting with like your bottom shelf. Dwellers in the Dark PDF and print, Malevolent and Benign PDF and softcover, Malevolent and Benign 2 PDF and softcover. He continues. Cities 4th edition. Okay, dude, we get it. You win. Cities of 4th edition PDF. City Encounters for Swords of Wizardry PDF and print. The Nocturnal Table PDF. Ooh, that guy's a beast. All just from drive-through. Are those in a bundle, or did you buy them separate? Larry Hollis, my RPG pile of shame continues to grow, hence the reluctance to buy more books. I totally get it. Good for you, for sure. Free League sales usually are the worst. I don't think they're the worst. I think what I fear is I've bought and taken advantage of hard copies during the Black Friday sale, and I've gotten them in January and February, which is redonkulous. Just like redonkulous. You could drive a car. Like, say they print them in the headquarters in Sweden. You could probably get in a car in Sweden on a ferry and drive, like, make your way across the ocean, deliver it to me in person before that time. Mr. White, good to see you. I pulled the trigger on Outcast Silver Raiders and a couple Delta Green books. Those were the best deals. There you go. Orcus Dorcus Modifius are usually the best for your buck. DCC is great, but their shipping is a killer. Modifius, like, I was hoping to get maybe Star Trek 2nd edition, but I'm guessing that it's so new that they don't want to discount it. They got to make up some money, so they don't want to give away the people that are probably still wanting to buy it and will pay full price. They want to probably take advantage of those. I'm sure it's a funnel, right? Get everybody you can to pay the full price, be profitable, and then as it trickles off and you're not moving anything, well, then you start trickling in the discounts. Tyler says Mines of Moria and Ruins of the Lost Realms for the One Ring. Oh, didn't realize they had those up for Black Friday. Good to know. Yeah, Phil's second in the goodness that is. CJ, good to see you. Thanks to the Palladium Fantasy Bundle, the Pathfinder 2E bundle, and Amazon. I think I'm tapped. Fair. The only in-person Black Friday I've ever done has been Bourbon County from Goose Island Brewing. The only Black Friday I've ever been to is a brewery microbrew. Right now, Laramie's like, dude, you asked, right? Like, Kristen, good to see you. I wasn't able to find much for Black Friday deals. Goodman Games shipping is really high. Now, also to empathize with Kristen, he is in the Canada realm, so shipping is always high, and then you add on to everything else. John, I think that's a Shopify issue, which I think a lot of those run on, for sure. He's talking about the discount that I mentioned earlier, for sure. Kristen continues, but I grabbed some Lulu books. Lulu. Knox Spell magazines and Kern books. Kern was on Amazon for like $3 or something. Brandon just pulled up Exalted Funeral. Thing is, their inventories are usually, if you don't get there sometimes relatively early, or they can get backward pretty quickly. I think they run lean and mean, which I can respect. Like, inventory's no bueno. I honestly can't think of anything out there that we have been eyeballing and not bought yet. That's the trick, right? Gabe says, I bought Dune, Power and Pawns, The Emperor's Court. Very good. Brandon says, I usually want out-of-print stuff right now, RPG-wise. He wants the out-of-print stuff is what he's saying. Got it. Drew, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Grab some Warlock titles and a couple frontline game mats. Very nice. Digital Hobbit is a Warlock fan on the Discord. Oh, all right. Orcus Dory says, I think I'm going to complete my John Carter Mars collection from Modiphius. Also, dirt cheap for some beautiful books and a fun game. Oh, excuse me. Look at this guy. You know what's better than Black Friday sales? Clicking, like, and subscribe. It's so much better when you guys do it. Thanks, Blake. Because I'm not. Hey, Blake said it. He says you should. Just saying. Click like and subscribe. Thanks, Blake. My stupid camera. Lulu gets new things from certain creators. Simon Washburb, still publishers there. His new S&S books is on there now. There you go. Lucas, good to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you. Lucas from Nebraska. Glad to see you. I hope all is well. Sometimes, it's kind of, I know it's going to sound a little weird, but sometimes when I don't see you guys in a while, I always wonder, like what? Hope nothing bad's happened. Rating A, good to see you. Welcome. The question du jour, oops, I took it off. Question du jour is, did you take advantage of any Black Friday RPG deals? And if so, which ones? And then if you haven't, do you still plan on it? Because they usually run for a few days. Shambot says, picked up Dune and am browsing the Exalted Funeral site. Wash, burn, typo. I do worry. I do. Sometimes some people I've reached out to DM and like, hey, how's it going? Haven't heard from you in a while. Just want to make sure all is okay. Oh, I think I'm caught up. Am I caught up? I'm caught up with the chat. All right. Well, I'm not taking advantage of any RPG related Black Friday stuff. But I did, some software that could help me with the channel for sure. Arc Dream is probably one I'm eyeing. I do also have some stuff for Noble Knight. I know I have at least one gift card at Noble Knight I haven't spent yet. For those of you that typically shop at like maybe peruse Noble Knight, they usually provide free shipping at $150, like $149. I think there's their cutoff. They drop that down to $99. So if you hit $99, basically if you have ordered $100 or more, you can get free shipping from Noble Knight. And they are a participant in Bits and Mortar. Although they don't push it. They don't do it. Like, you got to nudge them for sure. Like, you're not going to go, oh, you made an order. And oh, by the way, here's your free PDFs. you gotta email them. But they are members of or participants in Bits and Mortar. So I think that's it. I did not buy. I mean, I've got some Kickstarters and I'm crowdfunders, whatever I'm waiting for. Delta Green released a book that I'm interested in, and there's a few that I haven't purchased. I don't even know if I have them at all in my library, like PDF or otherwise. Yeah, I don't have anything on the radar that I'm looking. Dune intrigued me at Modifius. I looked at Exalted Funeral. They got some good deals on there. There's some interesting games on there, but I don't know if they're my jam. Yeah. See. Picked up 2 Delta Green, The Labyrinth, and Black Sites, 50% off. Yeah, it's if no better time to buy it from Arc Dream. Especially if you're a Delta Green fan and you don't have all of this stuff, the only problem with Arc Dream and the things that they put out is they're very much heavy GM, right? They're like, as a player, if you want to play, you don't want to buy all the scenarios. And they don't have like some of the Star Wars by Edge Studio, formerly from Fantasy Flight Games. If you bought some of the even the adventures, if you bought those as a player, there's still player stuff in there. They put player options and some of the what would be considered product targeting game masters. So, Delta Green and Arc Dream could probably, if they were to sell more player related stuff, they might be able to make more money. But that's not me. They know what they're doing. I don't need to comment on that stuff, but I empathize with them because a lot of their stuff's going to be game masters. So if you take the whole hobby, you got to get people that appreciate what Delta Green is. And then in that group, you got to find the game masters that are going to run it and then buy all their stuff. Orcus Dorcas says Aquanet is having an 80% on all their hair care products, just saying. Aquanet, this is the only thing that tames this beast, let me tell you. Lucas says, I bought some OSC adventures, His Majesty the Worm and Outcast Silver Raiders. OSR is great. His Majesty the Worm, I know Nubis picked up. I looked at that. I don't know if, I got Dolmenwood coming too. Like, that's going to be a beast. I would give Delta Green a shot. Brandon, you would like it, I think. Speaking of Delta Green, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm like a group of folks that are on the chat that are in that game. It's going to end. It's going to end the next scenario. The next adventure, it's going to end. It's done. It's finished. I cannot see how it would not somehow. It's the end game. Delta Green, man. It'll take a little while to get there depending on what happens. We do actually own one of the core books. Don't know if it's the GM or player book. If you own Delta Green, the Handler's Guide has a lot of flavor, a lot of history, a lot of background. And if you are only wanting to be a player, I would, again, probably discourage people from reading it. It's not, you don't not have to. It tells about the eras and the history. And as long as you play there's not any top secret things, because everything in Delta Green is as you come across it, but we'll find a way, Harrigan says. He's talking about the Delta Green game. He'll find a way to extend it again. That's hilarious. So I ran this scenario. It should have taken like maybe 8 sessions, 3 hours a session tops. It ended up being a 5-year campaign. I also finished up a collection of my liminal horror. Good stuff. Yeah. Delta Green also uses BRP. It is, pretty much. Yeah. Yep. Percentile. Lots of skills. Yes. Little modification here, tweak there, but yeah, for the most part, Larry. All right, let's get into. Should we? Let's do bundles, I guess. We'll start off with bundles. Spire bundle. Scout on bundle of holding. Spire, the city must fall. I was looking at these. There's a few, it looks like, at the top. Palladium Fantasy 2E. I don't know if I went over that. Shadowrun 4E Core Mega. Engine GM guides. So there's a few. Spire, the city must fall. Anybody have this or even play it? This is from 2020. They had this featured. So 4 years ago, December, they featured the Spire bundle. So Spire, the urban industrial fantasy punk tabletop role-playing game co-created by Grant Howitt, who also did Eat the Reich, Paranoia, Honey Heist, and Chris Taylor. So Inspire the mile tall city of 1,000 gods. You're a dark elf who has joined the ministry resistance movement to overthrow your cruel high elf overlords. Supports the Deanna Jones Award. So there's 3 books. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-ish. Some audio tracks. So 8 and some audio tracks. I don't know if that's the complete library to Spire. But if you're interested in Spire, these things, what is this like? What does it cost to get in on this? $13 for all that PDFs. If you chip in $22, you get the bonus collection. So 13 for the core, chip it to 20, up to 22, and you get the whole shebang. And then there's, of course, let's see. So I'll put a link first before I get out of this one. And then there's also a complimentary Heart, the city beneath, right? So this ties into Spire. This was originally featured December of 2022 on Humble Bundle. So Heart, the city beneath. So tabletop fantasy punk role-playing game of a nightmarish undercity from Rowan Rook and Descartes, right? That's, Grant Howitt and crew. Heart's a standalone, so you don't need Spire. Of thrilling and desperate dungeon crawls in the unreal world below Spire. Me personally, I would probably lean more towards Heart, because it's to me, it's just more traditional to me. Like dungeon crawl, got it. Although Spire isn't either, but Drow, big towering city of spires. I don't know. It's just me. But if you go in with 18, like $18, you get the whole spiel from For Heart. Again, also benefiting Deanna Jones Award. So there you go. Bing, bam, boom. So these, I don't know if I went through. The under bundles that are also being featured: Shadowrun 4E Core Mega. So 4E and a lot of the 4E stuff. Look at all that stuff, man. And then the bonus collection. It's a lot. So if you're Shadowrun and you like the 4th edition and you never got the PDFs for some reason, there you go. Cornucopia. It's a little... Oh, look at this. It's got all kinds of stuff. I didn't see this one. So this one includes... This is Thanksgiving Cornucopia 2024. $15. You get US. You get all 4 complete games in the starter collection, which is about $73. Swivers, Luke Gearing's Gritty Heist. I think it meant Gritty Heist, urban fantasy about gangs in sprawling city. Your play group generates on the fly. Fight to Survive by Radio James Games. 1980s martial arts movies where your friends and comforts. Okay, cohorts? I don't know. Are just as important as your moves. Sima by Gallant Knight Games, old school Incense and Iron FRPG set in medieval world where the church has just fallen and undead Templars roam the land. Exile, the dark fantasy role playing. One of Wands. Then it's got the bonus collection, which is Die, right? The RPG. Again, by Rowan Rook and Descartes. Passion de las Pasiones by Magpie. It's like a telenovela RPG. 1,000 Arrows by Galileo Games and Maganomia. So if you're interested in that, I put that in there. Probably not. Here we go. Boom. And then Palladium Fantasy 2E. For all you Palladium fans. Featuring PDF ebooks for the 1996 second edition of the Palladium Fantasy role-playing game. Oh, right. That's so kick-ass, man. Oh, right. Totally get in on this. Engine GM guides. So, Favecchione and the crew that put some of these together from Gnome Stew. These are great. If you don't have these, this is a great one. It's for sure. Like if you want just like things that will help you be as a game master, and take the things that might work for you, leave the things that might not fit to your style. But these are something to have in the library. I think I have all of these, if I'm not mistaken. All in PDF, of course, not print. But this collection's like $10. You can get all 6 titles. That's a steal. That's a steal. Last one, Torg. Anybody play Torg? I've never played Torg. I've never played a lot of these, granted. But Torg, I've never. I don't know much about Torg, honestly. Done a lot of Torg stuff here. Torg. Put that in the chat. So many games. So many games. I mean, what are we doing here? So many games. What did I miss here? Some people answer my questions I didn't even know. Kev. Salt Heart from Saltlandia's birthday was yesterday. Make sure you spam him with happy birthday messages. No, don't do that. Well, I guess you could. Happy birthday. Let's see. Larry Hollis. Never played BRP, but I backed Rivers of London, so I need to figure it out at some point. Well, there you go. It's not that hard. There you go, CJ. You're welcome. Blake says he got all this fire stuff. Rich flavor. Some wacky stuff. Why is that? Whoops, got the wrong. Picked it up here on the bundle, Ryan said. Also bought all the Liminal Horror. Bloom looks pretty good, Mr. White says. Kristen, I haven't played Spire, but it's pretty cool. I've played the sequel, Heart, and it's so good. So good! Sean, you might like Spire. There's a John Le Carre vibe, and that you have to be careful what you say to whom and trust no one. Got it. Interesting. I'm interested. I'm stuck in some ways. Like, oh, so you play like Mickey Spillane, but you're a drow elf. Oh, okay. Like, is there? I just need to know, like, why a drow elf, right? Like, or you could play a dwarf and do that. Like, it's the gender. That's not it. Genre mashing. Not the gender mashing. It's the genre mashing, I guess. I don't know. But, it's kind of like Shadowrun with the races that it has. Like, oh, it's cyberpunk, but you play a troll and an elf or a human or a dwarf. Oh, okay, all right. Brian says we own the core Spire stuff. I must have gone light on that Kickstarter. Spire's good, but Heart is superb. Oh, interesting. Solid weird fantasy for sure for those that like that. Kristen says, for those who are iffy on Heart, it's a magical wound below, a magical world below a massive city. It is a sentient body horror dungeon that wants to give you what you want, but its thinking is so alien that when it arrives, you will not like it. Interesting. Does Heart involve a barracuda? Ooh. Barracuda. Hey, true story. Heart is the band I've seen the most in concert. Can you believe that? Out of all the bands out there, I think I've seen Heart I've seen Heart twice. I don't think I've seen any other band more than once. Yeah, there you go. Barracuda. Barracuda that, Larry. Has anyone tried Die? I heard Kieran Gillen is a great writer. Curious how his RPG runs. Laramie says, I'm a big fan of the engine books. Yeah, it's good stuff. Played Rifts, Shadowrun, but not Torg or Gamma World. Played Torg back in the olden times. Ooh. I own a lot of Torg stuff for a guy who's never played or ran it. Is it Torg 1E or 2E? That is a good question. 2E. 2E? No. Torg Eternity Cosmos 3 bundle. Hold on. Does not necessarily outline. It says Torg Eternity starter pack. Start there. I don't know. Eternity, Pan Pacifica. I don't know. It's not entirely clear to this dude. I played the original WEG Torg and loved it. What? Really? Interesting. Torg. Ryan West says it's 2E. Torg Eternity is 2E. There you go. I'm getting confirmations coming in. Sounds like it is 2nd edition. Yes, I'm being told it's 2nd edition. Torg setup is interesting, but that 80s art style leaves me cold. You're on a phone screen? Can't always see what he's displaying clearly. That's right. Will we get the actually guy from Sean today? I already did it earlier. The Die comic is great. Okay, all right. I think I've seen Gwar 4 times. Don't own any album. Can hardly name a song, but it's a fun show. though that was like nearly 25 years ago. Yeah, I think you go to GWAR for that show. I would agree. Like I probably would never. I'd barely know who they were if I didn't know their show, or people have raved about it. You're right. And you got to get close. You got to get to the stage so you can have stuff, poured on you. That's awesome. All right. All hail Torg. All right. Hail Torg. Hail Torg. Hail Torg. Hail Torg. Hail Torg. That's my Hail Torg. I did pick up the 7C bundle. $18 for everything ever released, including John Wick fiction. Look at that. I've seen KMFDM and Wednesday 13 5 times each. 5 times? I've seen The Dead about 50 or 60 times, at least from what I can remember. Deadhead Orcus? Why does that not surprise me? That does not surprise me. All right, see ya. Have fun, Phil. Let us know how it goes. All right, moving on. All right. Okay, so what are we going to do next? I don't know. What should we do? Maybe we do, that's not what I want. How about, I don't know. What about this? Okay, let's do news. Okay, sounds good. Who is he talking to? Would you like to know? All right, folks, remember this one. N-World. Nominate your most anticipated RPG of 2025. Should we make it a question of the day doubleheader? What's your most anticipated RPG of 2025? If you're going to write into N-World right now, what would you put down? What would you nominate? Right? I think Mothership made this list like 3 times. I think they're the winner. Ryan West says, I nominated Mothership. That would be hilarious. Everybody should nominate Mothership, even though it's already been delivered. That would be an internet thing to do. Like Bodie McBoatface. Mothership not only was nominated for the most anticipated RPG for 2025, but it won for the most anticipated, and it had been delivered 8 months sooner. Blake says Vaesen, Carpathia, and Pendragon as well. You're right here again. Pendragon was up there as well. Yes. Pendragon should not go unnoticed either. Although Pendragon was not crowdfunded, right? Correct? That's the stipulation. Like, you know what? They could be the most anticipated for 10 years, but it wasn't crowdfunded and hadn't had my money for 3 years. Shadow of the Weird Wizard. I have read my books and am prepping a game for next year. That's been delivered, right? You got your books. You say, yeah, okay. Not the most anticipated that you want to play, like the most anticipated that hasn't been delivered yet. That's coming out. Neon Rain from MCG. Neon Rain. Neon Rain. Only wanna lay you working in the neon rain. You're welcome. Tell me this. Tell me this is not entertainment value. Tell me. No, don't tell me. Flood the chat. Mine is probably Cold City Hot War. Though I've never played them. Cold City Hot War. Renegade Nuns on Wheels 2E. Get out of here. Is that a thing? What? Did I miss that one? Gunslinger Knights is a close second. Smurfs! Quit smurfing around, Gabe. Maybe that unarmed MCDM game, is that coming out in 2025? Unnamed? It's named, right? It's named. Solhart. Guy takes off for like a month and like loses all. Track everything. Draw Steel. That's the one. That's the one he's talking about, Larry. Blue Steel. All right. So let's see. Some of the past folks that have been nominated include some of the winners include 13th Age, Star Wars Force and Destiny, Rifts for Savage Worlds, Trudvang Chronicles, Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition, coming up to the years. Okay. Savage Worlds Adventure Edition 2019, Dune, we're up to 21, and Dune 2020 and 2021. Look out. Twilight 2000 for 21. They tied. Did they tie? I don't remember. Anyways, Blade Runner 2022, Pendragon for 2023. These are the winners, not the nominees. So Shadow the Weird Wizard was 2024. So here you go. You can send your own little. Mine would probably be, I don't know, Dolmenwood? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. It's got to be nominated, right? I'm going to get it, and I'm not going to like it. I just know it. It's going to be too fey. I bet. You watch. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. Black Powder and Brimstone. Wayne can't think of anything. He's not anticipating a single RPG. DC Heroes? Ooh. Smurfs? Second vote for Smurfs? Smurfs going up there? Smurfs might make the list this year. Just for everybody in the know, Kevin Salthart worked on Smurfs. So some of you might not know that, but he's one of the key contributors to that RPG. You are amongst RPG publishing royalty. CDM has follow-ups coming to Cast Spell, Pick, Lock, and Heal Wound. Can't self-nominate. I do hope Smurfs makes the list. There you go. Should we all just put in Smurfs? I did back the Smurfs, by the way. Let's see. I think, is that all I had? No. Maybe? Yeah. That's all I had for news, I guess. There's other news I don't want to cover. People have asked me if I was going to cover it, but I'm not going to cover it. You probably already know it. I'm not going to touch on it. Mythic Bastion Land. Oh, there's one. Excuse me. Arcane Book for Everyday Heroes. Hopefully for 2025. There you go. Neon Rain. Neon Rain. Thanks. Now you got that song in my head. All right. Neon Rain. Neon Rain. So we did bundles. Wait a minute. We didn't go through all the bundles. I skipped around. Let's get back to bundles. I have my bets. I forgot. I went to the humble bundles and then skipped. All right. Well, we should have covered this one. Free League, go get this one. It's like a no-brainer if you're a Free League fan. If you're not a Free League fan, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So this has let me see. I think every core book of their library. I might not have half of these, actually. Because I don't have, like, the Mutant Year Zero PDFs. And more. It doesn't have the Electric State core book. But I think this is their entire core book library. Does that have Blade Runner? Does not have Blade Runner. So it's missing Blade Runner and the Electric State and The Walking Dead. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much all their core stuff. And more. So yeah, this is a good one. It's a good one. I think I don't have Dragonbane. Although I think I have, I might have the PDF of Dragonbane. I don't have the Mutant Year Zero Mechatron or Gene Lab Alpha. I don't think I have Elysium. And I think maybe one of these Coriolis books I don't have. And I don't have Ad Astra or The Grey Death for Mutant Year Zero. They Grow Up Fast, I don't think I have. Out of Time, I don't think I have either. And they don't have what? From the Flood, right? Tales from the Loop, but not... What is the one for the Flood? That's the other one that they don't have the core book for. Something of the Flood. Oh, and now I'm not showing you guys. Sorry, guys. It's just like, oh, look over here. For you newcomers, this is my first stream ever, so cut me some slack. There it is. Things from the Flood. Things from the Flood's discontinued? They're not, well, I mean, you can't get it anymore? CJ says everyone needs a palate cleanser earworm. Mine is The Lion Sleeps Tonight. A-woomba-wa, 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 a-woomba-wa. Pulled away. What was the question? Most anticipated games. Yes, sir. Ian World. They're taking nominations for the most anticipated game in 1925. Of 2025. Jesus. What is wrong with this? Like, what is wrong with this guy? I don't understand. There's something obviously wrong with him. Even if you're not a fan of Freely on this, bundle's for you. Yeah, for sure. This bundle's like, what, $25? Like $25 for all this stuff? Good stuff, Maynard. 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 Is Aliens 2E coming out in 2025? That wouldn't be on my list. Me personally. But Orcus Dorcas says he thinks it is. It's got to be, right? They can't go 2 years. Smurfs is entered into the Ian World chat for 2025. There you go. CJ put it in there. Oh, I did not know that. Harrigan confirms Tales from the Flood. Or Things from the Flood. I wonder why that is. It just didn't move. I didn't think it was that big a leap. Except you could die. For those of you not in the know, Tales from the Loop, you play kids and you can't die. Things from the Flood, you can. Halo 2 is supposed to be out 2025. It's going to be very minor clarifications and stuff from the last movie. Yeah. Not moving the needle far enough, I don't think, for me. Not printing it anymore. Bummer. No new material. Dead on the Vine. Harrigan has clearly defined that for me. Thank you, sir. Lucas says, I might have a problem. I only am missing one PDF. What? Ryan says same. Harrigan says, most anticipated, Dolmenwood, Mythic Bastionland, Barbarians of Lemuria, Mythic Plus Edition, Cairn 2E box, Shrike, Tomb of 1,000 Doors. Well, that's on my list too then. Oh, man, oh, man. Let's see. What else? Heart bundle. Okay, bundles. Bundles, good. Got it. Most anticipated. Got it. Good. Done. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. This one I'm going to throw out there. I had it under the wrong thing. But I'm going to throw this out there. It kind of goes into the bundles thing. I got to just do like deals instead of bundles or whatever. You get to do deals because there's deals all over the place that aren't always bundles. But this is rolling for boxcars. Yes, he can use that if he wants to put it on the podcast or whatever. There you go, Orcus Dorcas. So if you're not familiar with MODOK, he's Orcus Dorcas's better, much, much, much better half on Titter Pigs. Rolling for boxcars. MODOK had put us up on like Gaming NBS he put us on his blog long time, very early on. So like not forgotten. But he put together a ton of stuff that is for deals for Black Friday, like curated list. So I wanted to give credit where credit is due. And if you want to check this list out and blow even more money on RPG stuff, well, there you go. There you go. Just in case you missed anything. Okay? Just in case. You never know. Lots and lots and lots of stuff here. Monkey Blood Designs, Osprey Games, Nord Games. Got it down to publishers, retailers. Foundry is having Lulu. Stock Art. Ongoing bundles. Affinity Publisher. If you haven't gotten into, like, if you are a creator of any type, like if you are doing layout, photos, whatever, Affinity Publishing is the bomb.com. 50% off all apps and add-ons. So they have a Photoshop equivalent. They have a InDesign equivalent, and it's one time, no subscription, cross-platform. So, just saying, and they're relatively affordable. I think they're like $50 an app, right? And then now it's 50% off. So if you're some of those deals that some of us could appreciate, even not being strictly RPG. So there you go. Hey, I wished you a happy birthday. He didn't. It was a day late, but whatever. True. That is true. That is true. Fair enough. You're still my favorite man. Let me see. I think print news is the way to go, right? Print news. Let's do. Well, some of these again. Whatever, man. Just you do you, man. Polygon put this out. Where to get indie TTRPGs is Black Friday. Somebody put this on the Discord. I think it was Tim Jensen, if I'm not mistaken. These shops have all the best deals for independent tabletop RPGs and board games. So if you haven't gone to these, because you haven't spent enough money, here's more places you can spend more money. Tabletop Bookshelf, up to 70% off. Paranoia, some titles, Deathmatch Island, Eat the Reich, tons of stuff. Knave of Cups, which I don't know if I had heard of before. So that's another online outfit run by a team of 2. They stock games by prominent indie designers like Sam Lee, Ken Lowry, Cassie Mothwin. Exalted Funeral, I mentioned. Indie Press Revolution, don't have to overlook that. That's a huge library of stuff you can get from them. Plus One Experience, Weird Indie Games, tabletop publisher and distributor with the slogan Weird Indie Games. There you go. So that. Okay, I think I'm done with the deals. Let's get into N-World. ENW World. Wizards of the Coast Archetype Entertainment to publish Exodus TTRPG based on upcoming Exodus video game, which I thought was a little interesting only because it's like, oh, it's not the D&Ds. Is there any other RPG that Wizards puts out right now that isn't D&D? They don't do My Little Pony, do they? I don't think so. They own that property? I don't remember. In something of a surprise, the video game division of Wizards of the Coast has announced plans to publish Exodus Traveler's Handbook, a new tabletop RPG based on their upcoming video game. Archetype Entertainment, divisions of WotC, announced plans to publish the new rulebook on Exodus's website early today. This is dated early today, which would have been Wednesday this past week. 26th? Yeah. Book is being made available to followers of the upcoming game first, starting on December 11th. Exodus Traveler's Handbook was designed by James Olin, who created Exodus and was previously designing tabletop RPG books via his Arcanum Worlds imprint prior to joining Wizards and Archetype Entertainment. There you go. Interesting. Salt Heart. Elon loves video games. I'll take your word for it. Let's see. So that I thought that was interesting only because, like, besides like modern, Wizards has always just done D&D, right? Am I missing anything? Is there anybody that's gonna say that's not true, Sean? And then correct me? Yeah, My Little Pony is done by Renegade. Yep, along with other Hasbro properties like GI and Transformers, which is right, which is interesting, right? Like, they own those properties, they do D&D, but they don't do those RPGs. Okay. Will that change, you think, in the future? Bring it in-house? You know how they do it? It's because they're not making tons of money. Not making WotC money, right? Alternity back in the 90s, or was that TSR? I don't know. Props to Affinity. WotC did Star Wars. That's right. They did have the Star Wars license. That's a good point. I forgot about Star Wars. I got like half the stuff behind me. Forgot about Star Wars. They also started a Dune RPG, but it got shelved. WotC did? Really? Not TSR. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. Brandon says, yeah. Okay. All right. Huh. Just curious. See how it goes. Next up, we're just going to N-World's RPG print news. Print news. Am I in RPG news? I got all my wires crossed today. Print news? Should I just do like print news? What am I doing here? I think I got my wires crossed today. A lot of stuff all over the place. All right. Dragonbane Path of Glory is out. Pick it up in print. See, now you get to capitalize on the stuff that you didn't get it on crowdfunding. Hey-o. Delta Green God's Breath. That's the one I want to pick up. One of them that crossed my radar. Getting up to the years in 2017. In Denver County Jail. Delta Green friendly's on site, and he leaves a frantic voicemail for his handler about a prisoner vomiting up an alien worm. Yeah, alien worms are cool. Next, basic role-playing Game Master Pack. Here you go, in print. Next one, Geologist Premier, Herbalist Premier, Primer, Tomato, Potato, by Renegade Game Studios. These things, I remember when they hit like the crowdfunding circuit, right? They blew up, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That is right up there. You can get those in print. Dungeon Crawl Classics Trials of the Trapmaster's Tomb. Hoisibmov, the trans Trapmaster Necromancer, developed the deadliest traps and then peddled his creations to the highest bidder. The Magnus Archives Role-Playing Game Player's Guide and Magnus Archives Role-Playing Game. MCG did just announce like additional stuff for this, I believe. But now this is in print. Character portfolios as well. Grab that stuff. Amethyst Magic and Technology Collide 3-pack by Deus Ex Machina by 5th edition. There you go. Booyah, print news. They did a lot of games back in the day. Gamma World, Modern. Oh, that's true. They did do Gamma World, 4th edition. Or 2nd edition Gamma World. 4th edition Gamma World? Whatever edition Gamma World. They did that early. You're right. You guys are so right. And then they just stopped. Maybe if WotC kept their design staff levels up, they could do other games. Maybe. I don't know. They bought a Dune game that was finished by another publisher. They bought it and then promptly shelved it. About 300 copies made it out into the wild from Gen Con, and now it's a collector's item. Wow, good to know. Interesting, Shambot. Hey, the more you know. Alternative was TSR, solid game, though. Good pull. No new Magnus stuff yet? No? What was announced? Something was announced. What was it? Am I thinking things wrong? Did I not? Monty Book Games. No. Well, that would be a good. Monty could change the name of his company to Monty Book Games. There was news. No, that's not it. There was, this one? Tangled Web, right here. This one. November 26th. It's not out. It's announced. Magnus Archives RPG Tangled in the Web. Make your statement. New statements, new horrors, new lore. Unveil next crowdfunding campaign. So it's coming crowdfunding channel. Probably BackerKit, I'm guessing, right? There you go. Right? Yeah. This is the one I meant. So if I misspoke, like that it was out, it's not. But it's coming. This one. East Coasters, join me at TotalCon. Join Saltheart of Saltlandia of TotalCon on page 2. I'll be running special 5th level, Against the Dark Master adventure, Scepter of the Souls, to be published in 2025. So if you're in the East Coast region, join them at TotalCon. TotalCon. It's totally convention. I guess I've been so tired of schoolwork and missed it. What the hell? That's all right. It's all right. That's what I'm here for. Well, it's okay. It's all good. All right. Let's see what else. What else I got? Crowdfunding I haven't gone into yet. Let's do that next, because I think that's it. That's all I got, right? Pretty sure. All right. Here we go. And World. These are the ones that are going to be ending December 5th to December 11th. So get them while they're hot, or wait until they're in print. Wages of Sin. First hardback, I believe, right? From Mothership or Tuesday Night Games. Not from Mothership, because there's been other hardbacks, but Tuesday Night Games specifically. So if you're a Mothership fan, this seems like a no-brainer, I guess. 50 bones for Mothership Month. They got a whole Mothership Month going on, so this is the centerpiece, clocking in at 200 pages. And I put in my Wisconsin accent. 200 pages. Got 200 NPCs, 10 bounty hunters, 50 worlds, D100 scenarios. Next one, Awaiting the Burning Gods, a module for Mothership RPG. So I'm going to guess that there a lot of Mothership stuff not going to make it to this page and will be ending, only because it's a big hoop-de-doo. So this is $20 C, which I think is Canadian. Interloper, Joel Hines, Mothership again. It's a part of Mothership month. Refs. Europa. From Pinnacle Entertainment Group. 116K of like 8K goal. Holy cow, I thought we were only going to do like 10. Most popular pledge is $100 if you want the shebang. Next one, Swarms. 80 savage swarms of vicious vermin. D&D 5th edition Pathfinder 1E and 2E and Tales of the Valiant. Funded. Oh boy. Look at this thing. Gabriel Quiroga. Lords of Death and Illusion. Acid science fantasy system, neutral supplement, and role-playing game. By Gallant Knight Games. Could be used for Troika, Merkborg, Hell Knight, and Warpland. It's an RPG zine. The Unsinkable Terrors of the Deep, 5e. 54 euros. Funded. Level Up EN World. So if you know Monstrous Menagerie 2 Hordes and Heroes from EN Publishing. Funded 81,000 quid over 5,000. There is some fans for that EN World Level Up system. And if you know, if that's the last one, you know that's rounding out the crowdfunding. So there you go. That's all I have for today, folks. Did I miss anything? That WotC Dune is going for $340 at Noble Knight. What condition is it in? Very used. Lots of gameplay. Pages falling out. Wonder why they shelved it. If it's done, they put it out. Interesting. Is it licensed thing maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, that's all I have for today, folks. That's all I have for today. Did I miss again? Going once, going twice. Did I miss anything? Because after I shut this sucker down, it's over for the week. Just saying. Well, Ryan's saying thanks, so I guess that's it. Michael, what are you doing? Well, Michael's here. Time to fold things up. Over for the month. True. Yeah. Going once, going twice. Last day of the month. If I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Michael. You're on the wrong time. You got to set your clock correctly, buddy. If you put in a like and subscribe. If you're on the way out, just hit that. Hit that thing on the way out. Yeah, we skipped turkey this year. We did brisket. Yum, brisket. Brisket, yeah, all right. Yeah, I got it, Sean. The IP became too pricey. Is that what it was? Really? Interesting. It's talking about the Dune RPG that was done by WotC, which I did not know. The more you know. Christmas lights up. Go get them, Clark. We want pictures. It better be very awesome or really crappy and cheesy. Back working in your game. All right, let's do this. Little roll. Hey, Hey, Chuck, roll the credits. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to all these folks that support me on Patreon. A little special shout out to them. Some of them are in the chat. Thank you so much. For those of you that join me to this on this fine day live, thank you very much. For those of you watching this after the live recording, thank you very much. Very much appreciate it. I really do. It's almost the end of the year. I hope it's holiday season now for coming up on most of the world. So, spend time with those you appreciate. Spend some time by yourself if you need to. Find some peace of mind. I'm reading a book on being still. It's called the benefits of just not being plugged in and all this other stuff. It's a great book. You need to trademark Saltlandia? Yes, of course you do. Absolutely you do. Why wouldn't you not? You should. It's low-hanging fruit. Yeah, play some RPGs too. Like, it's a weird season, right? Like, some of our game groups can't get together, but then there's like a bunch of people like, well, I don't have really anything going on this 3 or 4 day weekend or whatever. A lot of people taking off from work, which is great. But anyways, I will just leave you with this. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. I will be here next weekend, Saturday, streaming as usual, and I hope to see you here. Thanks so much. Take care.